It's important to have at least one aspect of your life that brings you satisfaction. Are you visual? Are you more auditory? Are you kinesthetic? I think that's how you know how to tap into what makes you happy. So if you realize that you're very visual, okay, and your objective is to be a cameraman, or your objective is to be on TV, then diminish the things, okay, that take up space in your life, that don't bring you any kind of satisfaction. If you're also visual, if taking 5 minutes in the morning to put on, I don't know, one of my friends, makeup, makes you feel good about yourself and it brings you satisfaction, don't just do it and then leave. Stay there for an extra 2-3 minutes and say, hey, I look good. I put in the effort and let's go. So if doing anything makes you happy and you're not hurting someone else, take it into yourself and just enjoy it. A lot of people are always working for retirement, or I want to lose 10 pounds for my wedding or for an event. And then when they get there, they don't even enjoy the event. It's important for people to realize that as they're getting there, each step of the way, that they've accomplished something. And to actually feel proud. And it's easier to say to be happy, but you have to feel proud and enjoy it. And I think once you enjoy something, and you will be happy. So why not every time you finish a course or every time you finish a project, you sit down and you're like, I finished it. I'm that much closer and I enjoyed doing what I did to get to that goal. And if you're not enjoying what you're doing to get to the bachelor's degree, then why are you doing it? Because if it's not fun, you're not gonna keep doing it. So what's the point of doing it? I mean, we're here, what, 85 years? And a year passes by really quickly. Why waste your time with things you don't like? The trick is to figure out in your everyday life, when writing down, example, I've done this before when I was about 16. I wrote down my entire day in a checklist. I said, wake up, take shower, put everything from A to Z till I went to sleep. And then I said, okay, when am I happy? And I did this little check mark. And I find out it's when I'm around certain types of people and helping them. And I think once you find what you like, it kind of just takes you out in a wave. And then I started eliminating over the last 3 to 4 years, everything that I didn't like. Guess what? I don't deal with it very much. And I don't feel guilty about not having to deal with it. I put it on automatic. I dealt with it once. And now I just let everything else that I enjoy doing be part of my everyday life. And I let my life be enhanced by everything that I enjoy doing. So I enjoy, and I take an extra 10 minutes in the morning to have my coffee. I don't like having lunch, but I love going out for brunch with people. So on the weekends, it's my brunch day. And I go out, and whether I'm on a diet or not, or who cares, I will eat whatever I want, and I'll sit down and I'll enjoy it, and I won't rush it. It'll be 2.5 hours, and I'll be surrounded by positive energy and happiness. I guess it's that you sit down, you write down your big goal, and you write down objectives, and those little objectives have itsy-bitsy objectives, and each time you complete it, you're like, yes, yes, yes. So block out 1 hour during your week, anywhere, at least 1 hour, where you're doing something that you love, and you don't have to have anybody else around you. Just 1 hour. It could be with other friends, but your happiness and enjoyment of that movement cannot depend on someone else. It has to depend on you. And just do it once a week, the same time every week, and try and let nothing get in the way. It becomes a schedule, it becomes an appointment, it becomes automatic. So for that 1 hour a week, you're cleaning your head. It's like brushing your teeth. It becomes automatic. Not 30 minutes, not half an hour, 1 hour, where you're going to do something you enjoy and you like, and you can't feel guilty about it. So it's like a prescription. So they don't feel guilty when someone else is telling them they have to do it. It's hard to find your passion. I'm not going to pretend that it's easy. It's hard. But if you take the time to put it in your schedule, just 1 hour a week, and try different activities, and then realize and write down how you felt for that 1 hour, you will connect to something, anything, something small that you enjoy and brings you happiness, and if you can take that little happiness and just let it expand into the rest of your life and cut out the things that you don't like, I think you really will find happiness. People don't necessarily believe that putting in the effort will make them happier. I think once they realize that by putting in that effort, there will be results. You wake up and you're like, look, I'm going to get this and this and this and this out of this hour. Let's just do it. Even if you don't feel like going, whether it be exercise, do you go to work even though you don't feel like going? So there is no trick. You just do it. 1 week you might skip it, and then you'll see that you just don't feel complete. When you skip it and you've actually realized that makes you happy, you won't be able to do without it. Write down what you're happy for, write down what you want, okay? And then you start ticking off what actually makes you happy, not what sort of makes you happy or because that person's happy. The next month, you start writing everything that you do in your day and what makes you unhappy, and how can you eliminate it from your life. But you have to do the work. It's not going to mysteriously disappear out of your life. You have to try and minimize it, not just by perception. Try and minimize the time that you give it to in your life, and it's out of your head so you can forget about it. The more you know about it and the more you know what your passion is, the more you're going to explore it, and I think you get happier with time. They say it takes money to make more money. Well, I think once you get your happiness, you're just going to get more happiness. I think the only thing that you have control over as a person is your perception. And I think that's the one thing that most human beings don't realize they have a control over. So if I want to think everybody's bad around me, then everybody's going to be bad. But if I try and find good in everybody and I try and find happiness, I think if you concentrate on that thing, that's what ends up being your line of vision. And sooner or later, it may take 10 years, may take 20 years, but I really, really do think the seed will grow into a strong tree. And you'll have many facets and many branches of what makes you happy. And if you know something's going to make you happy, just try and go towards it and enjoy the journey.